caravan smell.
He loves the caravan smell.
The caravan smell of heaven.
Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to another episode of Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch. Oh.
And in this fabulous episode today, we shall talk endlessly about all sorts of crap that you're not interested in.
No change there then. Splendid. Now then. It's fucking freezing.
It is. It's not actually freezing, it's just because it's been wet. And the wetness provides the uncomfortableness of your salad.
Thank you for my salad.
Thank you for my salad.
Oh, you've got tomato this time.
Oh gosh, somebody's doing a message on me. And that is yours.
Thanks so much.
Look, see how I've put it the right way round for you as well. Oh, this doesn't look as big as I was expecting.
I thought, I did look at that and I thought, is that all he's got?
Right.
He's going to be a hungry boy.
You've got chippy apples.
Because that is not a lot of food.
It's not, is it? What's going on?
And by your standards, it's tiny. Nice. Although, there is a lot of naan there, and naan is very filling.
Yeah, it can be. I'm going to eat my salad.
Good idea, that's what it's for.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you're not supposed to keep it as a pet or anything like that.
Have you ever kept salad as a pet?
Not successfully. Do you know what this salad is missing? For me?
Dressing.
No, because I've got the sauce. I would like, when it comes to kebab salad, I like a bit of white cabbage.
Mm.
How do you feel about white cabbage?
What's that then?
Oh, my prayers have just been answered.
You just tipped it on your grub and said you wish you had cabbage on it. And it took me to point it out that you've actually got some.
Yeah.
For you to realise.
Yeah, that is a very accurate summation of what has just occurred. Now, I'm using the backup cutlery here from the cutlery pot of delight because the set from last week I neglected to take home and wash. Whereas the good captain here is using his
plastic fork.
His little plastic fork.
Which suits me down to the ground.
What's your earliest memory as a child?
Straight in with the obscure questions.
Yeah, well, last Monday you accused me of having made this lunchtime video shit because I don't ask you any questions anymore. So I thought I'd pile in this week.
Oh, you mean you got some lined up?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to think of them. I'm going to think on my feet because I'm
There's a line thing there.
capable of doing that. So, earliest memory as a child.
Being near some tower blocks on a path.
Oh.
In the south, in Andover, I guess. I haven't had that memory there. That's funny how you just asked that particular memory comes back. You know how it doesn't matter how old a memory is, it doesn't seem any older than the one that you just had yesterday. And I know why.
Why?
Because it doesn't matter how long ago it was. Your memory is kind of... Oh, you haven't taken a picture?
No. What? Ow! What the fucking hell?
Boaty's been attacked by the caravan.
Ow! That hurt!
Oh gosh, your head's bleeding.
No, it's not. Did hurt though. Still does hurt. Bloody hell, attacked by my own caravan.
I haven't answered the question.
No, you haven't.
A memory that, say, you had 10 years ago, if you thought about it yesterday, then it's a memory from yesterday. It might be about another time, but that's how they remain feeling fresh.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for not needing a much better explanation.
How old were you when you passed your driving test?
22, I think.
Blimey, you were late to the party.
I wasn't interested.
So were you not interested in cars as a younger person then? When did you become interested in cars? What was the first car that sparked that interest?
My car. My Capri.
What car did you pass your test in?
I think it was a K10.
I knew it would be.
Yeah, because most people did it off that time.
Did you pass it your first attempt?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh! Oh, now then viewers.
Yeah.
How many goes did it take you?
Oh, just 2. But everything was fine on the first one. Except for...
So how come you failed?
I did a wheel spin.
Oh.
I was pulling out of a junction, and rather than just think it doesn't matter how long it takes, my brother, he did his driving test during rush hour. He basically got about 100 yards up the road before the test was over. But he still passed because, they can't fail you for bad traffic. But I was in rush hour, and I didn't want to be stuck. So I come out this junction, saw a gap, and I just went for it, did a wheel spin, and that was it.
Right. And then you passed on your next go. When you passed your driving test, did you have a car?
Yeah.
Of your own?
Yeah.
What was it?
A Capri.
Oh.
1.6 LS.
Colour?
Silver. And it was newer than any of the cars I've got now.
Wait, is it? No, it can't be.
It was.
No. That's not possible because you've got a 2005 car and Capri's went out of production in...
I said it was newer. It was 1981.
That's older. 81 is longer ago than 2005.
82.
82 is still longer ago
Yeah,
than
so it was only
2005.
10 or 11 years old.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. How many driving lessons did you have?
8.
What was the name of your driving instructor?
Gosh, you really are going for it, aren't you? I don't remember. It was a guy who lived just up the road. Who'd, as long as I'd known, he was a driving instructor.
Right.
It was a proper driving instructor. Somebody who told you things as well as actually just told you what you needed to do.
Oh, yeah.
It was one they told me about your handbrake ratchet to press the button when you pull the handbrake on.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise you'd wear the ratchet out eventually.
Yeah.
Things like that. Anyway, he had his own private driving school, and then one day he was working for the AA.
Oh.
So I carried on. This would be about probably only the 3rd lesson when he was with the AA, and that was it. Then he left. But of course I was with the AA then, so I ended up with a different instructor that wasn't as good. It was a lady.
Oh.
There was nothing wrong with it, but it's just he was actually good. He was like one of those kind of enthusiastic driving instructors, somebody who's teaching to drive, somebody who wants to do it. And the lady was just someone who's doing it as a job.
Right.
Yeah.
What subject were you best at school?
What subject was you best at?
English. Which is interesting because I'm not English.
No, you're Welsh.
I neither.
Well, most Welsh-speaking people speak English. Mine would have been ours.
Really? Ah. What is the most impressive painting you've ever seen in real life? I'd like to answer this question. I saw a painting that genuinely awed me when I saw it in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was the beheading of St. John the Bastard. That was genuine. St. John the Baptist by Caravaggio. And it hangs in the St. Paul's Cathedral in Valletta. And it's enormous. It's like the size of a cinema screen.
Yeah.
And when you're actually there, seeing what it depicts and the way that it's done it, it gives you the collywobbles. Genuinely.
Well, I've often thought, how did they manage to be so good at painting? How did they make them? Because since photography, of course, there's no need to make something that lifelike because you take a picture. And then, of course, these days, what we do is we take a picture and then we add a filter on it to make it look a bit less like photograph. So maybe the interest in that is just not there. But then it hasn't been for a very, very long time. Long before we had digital photography.
You haven't answered the question.
Yeah, no. Just don't know how to.
Okay. Where did you propose to your now wife?
My I can't answer that one.
Is it a secret?
No, I just don't know where. I don't know when it was. I never proposed to her.
Did the marriage just come as a surprise then?
No, it was just something we talked about that we would do.
Okay. Have you ever proposed to a lady?
No. That was mine.
Okay.
Question for you now.
Okay.
How many ladies have you podged?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't kept count. I'm guessing it would be somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000. Probably nearer the 2 than the 1.
Well, but you've still got more subscribers than that.
Yeah, I have more subscribers than previous podgeries.
Do you reckon I can say the same thing?
Yes, I would say you've definitely got more subscribers than previously podgered people, PPPs.
I hate having to do that.
The very first time you took a girl on a date, where did you take her?
I don't think I've ever did that. I think it was just a matter of you meet somebody whilst you're out in the pub, and the next time you see her, you're in the pub, and the following time you see her in the pub, and then you take her home.
Life in the North, eh, viewers? None of this taking them out for dinner. None of this going out for coffee. None of this going to the pictures. Back row of the 2 and 6s and the courting seats with no armrest between them. That's not how they do things in the North.
Could you answer that?
Yeah. I took her to Druckers Vienna Patisserie.
Sounds very posh.
Really wasn't. But I thought it was at the time.
Was it just a name?
It's a chain. They're still around.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know this, but because of course I don't go anywhere where you would find one. They're in shopping centres. But Boo dragged me to the enormous shopping centre in Leicester, and there was one. Excuse me, and there was one there.
Right.
Took me right back to my childhood. I used to have this lovely sausage and onion lattice pie thing, and it used to come with a little side salad. That was the posh bit. And then after you paid, you went to the counter of expectation, and you could get a sachet of salt and a sachet of pepper. Whew. That was sophistication, right?
Sophistication is what you need. This kebab thing.
Oh yeah, what did you have, by the way? Tell the viewers.
Chicken shawarma with hot sauce. The hot sauce has made it much nicer than what it would have been otherwise. But normally the bread goes all soggy, but it hasn't done on this one.
Do you ever think about your subscribers, and what do you think about when you think about them?
Not true, again.
The ones that you don't know, do you ever wonder who they are and what their life is like, and how and why they found you and why they follow you? I do apologise for that.
Well, it was a really chewy bit. Well, what I think is that 2,795 subscribers, I think that's what it is. I posted a video. There's some that will be there every time. Watching and commenting. Oh gosh. And then there are some that only pop up every week or so. But even so, that still only amounts for about 50 of them. 50 or 60, maybe 80. So I don't know who the others are. Now here's a question. Have you ever thought about who the most famous subscriber you have is?
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of. I mean, famous is relative, isn't it?
Yep.
Who's your most famous subscriber?
I don't know. You probably.
Isn't James subscribed to yours?
Oh, you did say he was.
Be him then, wouldn't it?
Chops is doing very well for himself.
He is, isn't he? I watched one of his the other night. And I disagreed with everything he said.
Yeah.
It was a video he did. I think it's a regular kind of thing he does. Where people message in with problems. And he kind of gives his advice.
Yeah.
And a guy who was a trader from home, but a proper registered trader, not a guy at home pretending not to be a trader who really was. He sold a car, and it developed a fault after however long it was, and he was saying, what should I do to help the customer out? And it was stuff like that, and he was giving his opinion on what they should do, and I'm thinking, no, I never did that. I was obviously a very different kind of car dealer to Chops.
Yeah, you was probably a lot more yeah, I don't know.
He basically told the guy that he should give the customer all of his profit on the car to put towards sorting the car's problem. Stop that. Then there was another one where the guy sold a car. But the punter has bid him on it in advance before even seeing it. So he's bid him on the car. Then he's gone and test driven the car. No problems. But then he's bid him again. Wants it even lower. And the guy said, the only way I can go as low as you want me to is if I sell it to you without a warranty. And the guy said, that's morning, Mr. Magpie, how are the wife and kids? And the guy said, yep, that's fine with me, not got a problem with that. Signed a disclaimer to say that the car was sold as seen, and then sometime later developed a fault where it wouldn't go into fifth gear. Now if I was at a dealer and the guy came, no, I bought this car from you, won't go into fifth gear. Claim on your warranty. I haven't got a warranty. Bye. But he said, oh yeah, you should buy loyalty and you should do this and give back your profit margin for them to put towards a new gearbox and all that.
Depends on what kind of age and condition and price the car is, doesn't it?
It was a 2,400 quid car.
Oh, right. Didn't you say that Chops actually, the cars he sells are very reasonably priced?
Hmm?
And he's got a good sized place.
Now, I don't know the guy at all. But he comes across as 100% honest and decent. A rather splendid chap. Mike deals with him, so...
You've got food on your face. Not all over your face, just a bit around your lip.
Well, you weren't specific, were you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mike. We like Mike.
We like Mike very much.
So, we can say if Mike...
If Mike says that Chops is a good chap,
Yep.
then he's a good chap as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned.
And from my experience, he seems like a jolly good chap as well.
Yeah? Well, he sent you money, you would say he's a good chap.
Well, no, don't get into that. He hasn't paid me to tell you that he's a good chap. I just think he is a good chap. And some of it might be because he sent me some money.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
that's the point.
but that's
It's,
not
it's
why.
an implied thing, isn't it?
No, not really.
I mean, if he'd taken £10 off you, right, if he came along...
What, if he could do that on a live stream?
No.
Just like-
If he actually
You
came...
had the choice whether
No.
to give or take.
If you've always had that. Right, if Chops came here to the yard,
Yeah.
right, he looks like a big, powerful man. If he restrained you, picked out your wallet, took £10 out, de-restrained you, and left, would you say he was a good chap?
It depends on why he did that. If that was his only purpose for coming up,
That was his only purpose for coming up.
I wouldn't say that was a good thing to do.
So would you say he was a good chap?
Yeah.
You would?
No, not after that. No.
No. So therefore, you've admitted, by your own admission, the fact that if he took £10 from you would make you think that he's a bad chap. Therefore, it's logical to assume that if he gave you £10, which he did, you would automatically say that he's a good chap.
Well,
So your good chappery perspective
yeah.
is born purely of your own financial.
Well, no, obviously it's not, and well
Yeah,
done. For,
well,
well done for just twisting it.
I
round
don't
in
think it's
such a-
obvious. I would say obviously it is. You've just admitted it.
I haven't admitted anything.
You
to it.
bloody did. You admitted that if he took £10 off you,
Right,
you'd say he was a bad chap.
Mike's a good chap, isn't he?
I think Mike's a good chap. Yeah.
What if Mike turned up at your place,
Yeah.
picked you up by your throat,
Yeah.
tipped you upside down, emptied out all your wallet and your French things that you keep, and just said,
What
right,
French things?
I don't know, you like French things.
I do like French
Presumably
things.
you've got some in your pocket. And just scooped them all up, put them in a pocket, and then said, right, see you later! Would you then still say he was a good chap?
I'll give you an honest answer to that.
Go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I would have said that he was a rotter and a scoundrel
Yeah.
up until the point where he said, right, see you later. And I'd have forgiven him at that point. And, you know, the fact that he did that, that would have made it all okay in my book.
There we
So-
go. Mike,
so-
Mike can get away with anything he likes.
So he's done all of that without a word. He's restrained me. He's turned me upside down. He's shaken me. All of this is wordless.
Yeah.
Then he's taken all of my belongings, put them into a bucket, apparently, that presumably he brought with him for that purpose.
Yeah, you knew what he was doing.
And then at that point, he's gone, right, see you later. I love that idea.
He does it with all the people he knows.
Wouldn't that be great if muggers did that? Or burglars did that, you know? They did something really awful, but they did it silently. And but then at the end of it, they sort of said, right, thanks very much. See you later.
Well, actually, yeah, I mean,
You would feel a bit more forgiving towards them, wouldn't you?
if your house got broken into
Yeah.
and stole the burglar stole all of your pots and pans,
Yeah.
left behind your keys for the car, so obviously they're not going to want them, are they? And then left you a note saying thank you. Signed it, the burglar. Would you be appreciative of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be better than there being no communication, wouldn't it?
Mm.
I mean, there are times where that wouldn't be. I mean, if I was being molested, then I don't think, you know, if they sort of said, oh, this is lovely, I'm really enjoying this, while they're in the middle of it, I don't think that would mitigate it.
But right, well, what would then? Then you being molested, presumably pinned down by either an exceedingly strong lady or a man that likes Michael Barrymore lookalikes, and he said, "Oh, I'm not enjoying this at all."
Yeah, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
He would have just like, I know you're not liking this, but I know you're not liking this, but I'm not enjoying it either. So you know, neither of us are winning out of this situation. He gave you a pat on the head. Would that do?
No, that would make it a lot worse, wouldn't it?
Or what about you just walking home down a street somewhere, and a chap jumps out, clouts you around the head, and steals your wallet. But before running off, he just slips a little note in your top pocket that says, "Sorry about that." Would that be forgivable?
It would mitigate the awfulness. Why did he have to clamp me around the head, though?
Well, to stop you from stopping him from taking your wallet. The presumption is that if you just come up to you and say, "Hello, mate, could I just have your wallet?" It'll be easier for both of us if you just give us your wallet. Honestly, I don't want to clout you around the head or anything. If you just give me your wallet, I'll say thanks and be on my way.
That's how I think it should be done.
Right, okay.
That's, to me...
So when somebody does that, from
there's
Accrington, then what
there's history of that, though, isn't it? I mean, that's like the days of the gentlemen highwaymen, isn't it? Where they sort of said, stand and deliver, terribly sorry about this, but hand over all of your bits and pieces, please, thank you. And that's exactly the way that it should be.
Right.
Right, you are being mugged.
Right.
I'm going to steal your possessions. Now, this is a very unpleasant situation for you, but let's not make it any worse than it needs to be. Now, we could do it the hard way. I could bestow...
You're giving me time to escape, though.
I could bestow... No, you'd be fascinated by my words. Or...
It's true.
I could have... I could have thrown a lasso over you and held onto it really tightly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, I'm not enjoying this either. That's what I would say.
I think that would be awful. I think if you molest somebody, if you know, if you impinge upon their dignity and their personal space, the least you could do is enjoy it. Otherwise, that would be like being a vegetarian killing a cow and then not enjoying eating the steak. You know, the justification for killing the cow is really enjoying the steak.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy the steak, you shouldn't kill the cow. And if you so, by the same argument, if you don't enjoy molesting people, you shouldn't molest them.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I'll be wrong for a change.
Oh, molestation. Oh, molestation. Molestation. That's what you need. I didn't enjoy that thing falling on my head.
No, well, I guess we could do with knowing whether any of these are going to fall off as well. Because that one doesn't look like it was stuck down quite as well. That one there with the stretchy paint was the one I thought would fall down first.
Oh, it's looking, yeah.
Oh, there's a VW badge up there that's also looking to escape.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, I see.
Mm.
Somebody went to a lot of effort putting all of those up there.
Yeah, and, having a mirrored roof. What does that tell you?
Well, they're perverts, clearly.
Why is it perverted? I'm not saying I've got one, but what is perverted about watching what you're doing?
Well, because it's wrong, isn't it?
Why?
Well, because you should be ashamed of it.
Why?
Well, because, beastliness is a shameful thing.
Is it?
Yeah. I believe so. That's why I've always given my little tinkle a strong degree of autonomy. I disassociate myself from its actions.
Right.
I'm ashamed of it.
That's not how you get away with rape.
Well, fortunately, I'm not trained to.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be no defence, would it? It's got a mind of its own, Your Honour.
Maybe you could prove that you actually didn't know how to control it. And that it was the stronger of the two personalities. And for many men it is.
Yeah, but you do control your legs. So if you realise that your tinkle was uncontrollable, your leg should just remove it from a situation where it could cause offence.
Yeah, I suppose so. But the legs are basically a friend, aren't they? So the tinkle would be saying, hang on, either you're my mate or you're not. You stay where you are. And the legs just say, all right, okay.
I don't think the tinkle has control over your legs like that.
Well, apparently it does.
Although it is your legs that take you to the toilet when you need to go.
Yeah. This nice wallpaper, which is kind of nice, is peeling off quite a bit in places.
We're going to need to do some work to this caravan.
What should we do with it?
Should
we have a plan? Should we have a caravan day?
We should make it lovely. I've always planned a caravan day.
Yeah.
Once it gets warm enough, then we'll do a thorough clean, we'll do a tidy, we'll do an assessment, we'll get things working, we'll get the hose sorted on the doings. And yeah, have a proper clean up. I mean, how do you make the bed?
I don't know. I just thought there were two single beds.
Oh, no. Look, there's a thing there.
Right.
And there's a thing here.
And you pull it out and pull it across.
And there'll be a board somewhere that goes along there and forms the truckle bed.
Presumably, we'd just have one side each, though.
Well, we still need the bit in the middle.
The table?
No, we'd need the thing. We're large men. We're not going to be able to sleep just on this bit. Well, I'm not.
Well,
my legs would be falling off. We need the middle bit. We'd have...
Where would you put your legs then?
Right, now what we'd do, right, we'd have demarcation. So, this would be... This cushion, right, that's your arse. That's the limit for your arse and upper body. Your upper body down to your lower arse cheeks has to stay here. And yours has to stay up to there.
Right.
Then this area in the middle, that would be shared space for hips downward. Because we're bound to sleep a bit diagonally,
right.
And the legs are going to need to go there, aren't they?
Right, so you're saying that you can't stretch out on there.
No.
But have you tried? Because I'll tell you what, I haven't. And I'm about to now.
Oh, well, what can we
You're
do?
going to beat me to it by the looks of it.
Well, we can both do it.
No, that's not. Well, that's not too bad, is it, actually?
Not actually.
Yeah. And when you haven't got your big clobber boots on, you'll be a bit shorter.
I still want to have the shared space in the middle.
I am looking forward to our first night.
We can have that.
We can tell stories, ghost stories and stuff like that, keep each other awake.
That bit in the middle, right? The lower space could be shared space for legs. But when we're sitting up, propped up in bed together, in our 90s, right? This space here is where we could put the drinks and
yeah, because we're going to have drinks, aren't we?
Oh God, yeah! I'm not sleeping with you sober. Oh yeah, we'll have drinks on the go and some midnight nibbles.
Yep.
Yeah, proper midnight snacks. It's going to be a proper sleepover thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And that bit in the middle, if we ever have a guest, they can sleep there.
What kind of guest would want to sleep there? Simon.
I would. Well, yeah. If you had to sleep with one of your subscribers,
Here we go.
which one would you choose?
Well, I don't know what they all look like, do I?
Yeah, well, so... But you've got to pick one.
But pick one. Being as that the majority of
if somebody
I don't even know who they are.
Right, but you've got to pick one in this situation.
I've got to pick one that I do know. In other words,
well, unless you know who it is that you don't know, and then you can pick them.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay, so who are you picking?
Wendy.
What, Wendy Red Road Robin? I mean, Wendy who?
That's
not a thing. You're just guessing. You can't guess.
Yeah.
You've got to know. You've got to know their username.
She's called Wendy Fuller.
No, she's not.
She is.
Wendy
Fuller. That's her real name. It's not a username. I've never seen her on there, but she's definitely one of my subscribers, and she'll do for me. Oh gosh, that sounds awfully patronising. She'll do for me, but you know, best of a bad bunch. Oh no, I've gone and done it again, haven't I?
Wendy.
Yeah, are you actually searching for her?
Yes.
You're not going to find her.
No, because you're lying.
But yeah, obviously.
Yeah, well, it was a genuine question.
Well, I don't know the answer to the genuine question.
Well, how can you not know the answer?
I can only answer the made-up one.
No. If you Right, it's a life or death scenario. You've got to pick one of your subscribers to podger. Otherwise, the whole of civilization will perish.
Right, I think we're both going to go for the same person.
Are we?
Yeah. Beards and bangers.
No, I really wasn't going to go for beards and bangers. No, I had somebody... I've got the answer.
Have you?
Yeah, to mine, yeah.
If you're not going to say who it is, anyway.
Well, I've not been asked the question.
Right. Oh, right. Well, who would you go for?
No, you're not allowed to ask the same question as me. No.
I'm glad you found a way around it.
No, there is one of my subscribers that I would have... I'd jolly well enjoy it as well.
Right. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Mm.
So it wouldn't have to be a life and death situation. Or
No,
life
no.
or death, rather.
No.
Instead of life and death, it has to be one or the other.
No, it wouldn't have to be anything of that nature. It would just be... it would just need to be... oh, hi. I'm going to be actually in your area on the weekend after next. I'm going to be visiting Matlock Bath. If I popped by, would you like to podger me?
Yeah.
And I would say, that would be lovely.
Right.
That would be absolutely lovely. Thank you. I'd enjoy that very much.
Has that happened yet?
No.
Right.
You know, and I'd put fresh sheets on the bed.
Yeah.
Probably have a bath.
Yeah. Would you go to the effort?
Of having a bath?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. Might be tempted myself.
Would you have a bath with beards and bangers?
Beards and bangers and bath.
Now, if you... Right, seriously, if you and the lovely Rob of Beards and Bangers were in that situation,
Yeah.
who's Arthur and who's Martha?
Oh.
Genuine question.
Well, you'd have to ask him, because I'd say that I was...
No, right, if I have to ask him...
Look.
If I have to ask him, that makes you Martha.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy with that. I'm not bothered. Look, it's not really probably going to happen.
Well, you never know.
You never know my luck. I don't have any, as far as I know, I don't even have any women subscribers.
Right.
Right, so that does make
you
it...
you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because they've told me that they've subscribed to you.
All right.
You've got...
See, the Must Magnet crew, I never see them. They've just been there for you.
The Greenwood has commented on yours.
Oh, she's not serious.
Liz is one of your subscribers.
Well, I forgot about Liz, actually.
No.
Right.
Now you see, Liz, that's how much you mean to him.
No, it's not,
He
honestly.
just forgot about you.
It's not, it's just that...
And after you brought him some lovely gifts as well.
Liz is a professional, and I would never, ever suggest...
Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to talk about... No, we'll get into trouble.
Not for saying that, you won't.
Yeah, we will.
Why?
We're not allowed to, are we?
I don't know.
Don't you remember?
I thought you edited a lot of stuff out, but she was still in there.
I edited... Yeah, but we can't do this now.
We're not doing this.
You can't talk about that sort of thing.
Oh, right, I see. But Liz could be anybody. Could be Liz Truss.
Oh, you've got a thing about Liz Truss, haven't you?
So you say.
No, you have. You're always going on about this.
I did think she looked like she might have a naughty side to her. She
What-
did. She took the money and run.
What would you call a naughty side?
I don't know. That's so funny.
What would you?
Yeah, but the same things you imagine though would be calling a naughty side, not just the being Prime Minister for 42 days or whatever it was.
So, where is the limit in good naughty going into bad naughty? You know, at what point does the naughtiness stop being a positive and start being a thing that you're slightly afraid of?
Right, so...
Have you ever been frightened by a woman in a personal situation?
I don't... Well... Yeah, maybe. I think, when one goes completely off the rails and you don't know what's going to happen next, and there's things being flung around everywhere, I have experienced that.
Have you?
Very long time ago, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But if that's what you mean, or was you talking about something else?
I was talking about when you're in a very personal, intimate situation.
Oh, no.
Never been frightened.
No. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you have.
You know what the most frightening word for any man is in a personal, intimate situation, don't you?
Pegging?
No. Although that's up there. Boo always wanted to do that.
Right.
I lived in constant fear of my arse being compromised. She had a real think about it. She was always wanting to put things up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like a squirrel hiding its nuts.
Well, I'd have preferred that. No, I meant like dear little Boo with a beautiful little bum strapping a massive great thing on and perpetrating my poop shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have been happy if it was a small one, wouldn't you?
No! No, I definitely wouldn't. The most frightening word for any man in that situation is again.
Ah, right. I suppose so. Again. Sums up with one word, something you didn't want to do in the first place.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it when you really didn't want it?
Ah, that's an interesting question.
It is an interesting
It's very
question.
difficult to do as a man, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
What you mean is, you didn't really feel like it, but you've done what you can using your imagination and whatever you have available to you.
Well, this is
to make it so that it looks like you do want to.
This is a very interesting question. Yeah, why didn't you want to do it? Why did you do it? And what methods did you employ to make it feasible and possible? And go into as much detail as you can.
Okay, right. I'll give you the full explanation.
Jolly good. Settle in.
Well, the reason would have been not being aroused by this particular person or the situation.
Had you ever been in that situation with them before?
Yep.
So why were you not aroused this time, whereas presumably you were before?
Oh right, I don't know. It's a very, very long time ago. It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but you were telling us all earlier that memories even 20 years ago were as fresh as yesterday.
No, memories that you remember. Ones that you don't remember because you haven't thought about them since.
Well, you clearly do remember it because you're telling us about it.
Yeah, but I had to think about it. I had to.
Well, you always have to think about things when you want to remember them.
Sometimes they're just there. On this occasion, I've had to start digging. I've had to open up the Book of Lost Memories.
Anyway, get on with it.
The Book of Lost Memories has been opened. And, oh shit, look what's there. Oh God, I forgot about that. And now it's going to be fresh in my mind for the next week. Thank you very much.
What can we hear about it, please? Why are you not aroused by this person who has previously aroused you?
But she'd only done it a bit, and sort of subsequently, it didn't happen very often, so it wasn't really much of a problem. But There's no point looking at that. It's not even. You don't even have your face on your own video half the time. You just want it on me, don't you?
Well,
so he's looking at the camera there.
You are the money shot.
All it looks like is it's just me doing a video that I've made all by myself to an imaginary person called Boaty.
Yeah, I'm not actually here. This is just what he does it.
I feel like I'm doing a live stream.
So when you were poddering this lady before, I'm assuming it was a lady. Apologies if it was a man or a goat.
It was a lady.
It was a lady. So it sounds as if you have some history of never enjoying pottering with her.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So what was it? Just somebody that, if she was left hanging about when the pub emptied, like, all of the other chip shops were closed, she was the only one that was open and had a fish cake left that was past its best, but you thought, well, it's better than nothing.
And then you become under contract to keep going back there. Yeah.
That's the kind of situation we're talking about.
Sort of.
Okay, so tell us about this particular situation where you found yourself not enjoying it or not being up for it.
I'm sorry, I actually attempted to answer the question because I can't even remember. There are, if you could remember absolutely everything that's ever happened in your life, you would not really be able to live in the present, would you?
I think you could.
Not very easily.
I think you would live more easily in the present because you would learn from your mistakes. Those who forget their mistakes are destined to forever repeat them.
Well, who said that I forgot my mistake? My mistake may well have been, I suppose, not...
Well, you can't remember. You've just admitted that you can't remember. So...
It's not remembering a mistake.
Eh?
Eh?
You've ceased making sense again.
Get used to it. It's going to carry on that.
You need to be adjusted. Why can't you just tell us a nice tale about...
Because I don't know what it is.
It's never easy with you, is it? There's never I ask you a question. It's like...
Who else do you ask questions like this to?
Yeah, but...
On video.
Well, anybody who stays still long enough. I'd ask a stranger. But with you ask me a question like, what's 12 times 4? And you say yellow. You never ever get an answer that's related to what you asked.
Yeah, and that's why you keep coming back.
Your dropped hose of a mind just... You'd make a terrible witness in a murder trial.
Oh, I know.
Although you would make an excellent potential... What do you call it? What do you call the person in the dock? Defendant.
Right.
You'd make an excellent defendant.
Right.
So where were you? Where were you, Mustard? Mr. Mustard? Because you're not really a captain, are you? No, you're first light. So, where were you on the night of the 27th of April? It's an interesting thing about memories, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we should do it. We should do that. We should do that as a sketch. We should do that song we was doing before as a sketch as well. No, well, there, I've gone off on a tangent. Yes, again, but that's how a fruitful mind really works. Not by languishing around, thinking about things from the past that you're not interested in.
Bollocks. And the same to you.
Oh, yeah.
Bollocks. Big hairy black ones too. Bollocks. Big hairy bollocks. Big hairy bollocks for you and for you. Bollocks. Oh dear. It's really wet outside, isn't it?
It's the kind of wet that makes you get wet and very difficult to get inspired about going outside in the first place.
It is very difficult to get inspired about going outside.
In the first place.
In any place.
Oh, well, we should go and have a cup of coffee again.
Yeah, I'd rather like a cigarette.
And that's not going to be particularly pleasant in this rain, is it?
No. No, it's going to be a very moist experience. However, we haven't really done long enough. It's only 54 minutes.
Yeah, only the second half, that's the better bit. You should do what I do and put the best bit at the beginning.
So when you have sex, do you just immediately ejaculate and then start the foreplay? Actually, that would be great, wouldn't it?
It would
be
be.
like having your pudding first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it'd free up so much time. Ah,
Do you know what I like? I like this shelf around the top of there.
that's a lovely shelf. What do you think we should put on there?
I don't know, but this is the thing when we do it, because at the moment this still feels like somebody else's caravan. It's ours, but it's not.
Oh, we haven't personalised
No,
it.
we haven't personalised it.
It's all somebody else's taste, and we need a. What was it? Do you remember when we were driving to get it that night? And we were talking. What were we talking about? We were going to have all our little trinkets from our grandmother's front room. We were going to have framed photographs of you and me on the walls. We should have pictures of our subscribers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what we should get rid of all of these mirrors, and we should cover up this weird wallpaper and stuff, and we should just have a montage of our subscribers' pictures
Oh dear. Yeah, so you're lying on your back.
in their underwear.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's where we're going. Is you're lying on your back, fondling your tinkle, looking at your subscribers. How much are they going to enjoy that?
I bet you'd get some good super chats if you did that.
Oh.
You're probably not allowed to do it on YouTube, are you?
What? Oh, fondle your tackle.
Yeah. I bet you could do it on OnlyFans, though.
That's what it's for, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never looked at it.
I've never looked at it, but perhaps we should.
Perhaps we should.
Yeah. Mustard and both do only fans.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do it for a laugh. We should do it for a laugh. We might make real money.
What would we do with it, though?
Well, we'd just G them up.
Oh, gosh.
Would you
What a
like
fantastic idea.
Would you like to see Mustard and Boaty crack one off?
We can't do it here, but we can do it here.
We can do it on OnlyFans.
Yes.
And then we can
And
have,
we only reply to messages on OnlyFans.
yeah, and we can have some cheeky advanced pictures of you in your underwear, bending over and looking behind your shoulder like that. We should look at this OnlyFans thing. I'm genuinely never looked at it. Oh dear.
Another scheme starts. So, yes, how we should decorate this caravan. Do you reckon everything that's in here should pretty much go?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because it is kind of cute, but it's not.
It's not us.
It's not. But it's not what we've done.
No. No, we should.
I want to keep the shelf though.
Oh, definitely
And
get
the shelf and the cupboards are fine, but they want to be done differently.
Yeah, everything will stay as it is. We'll just, I don't know, we could paint it.
Yep.
Get all of this crap off. Have some more meaningful and tasteful decorations. We could have an antimacassar.
Should we have? If one of us decides that we're going to have something in here, we've both got to agree.
Oh yeah.
So, rather than because we could actually just end up disagreeing with each other's idea just because the other didn't like the previous idea. We could get all petty about it.
Well, maybe we could do it like something like you're allowed to put 6 personal items in each, but you have a veto on 3 of the other persons.
Right.
So 3 of their things they're definitely going to get through, a minimum of 3. But up to 3 might not. You've got 3 vetoes. For example, if you want... I mean, no, I don't know if she's ever done this, but if Mrs. Mustard had sent you a naughty picture,
All right.
and you wanted to frame it and put it up here, I would veto that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it put me off.
Put you off what?
Well, anything.
How do you know?
Well, because nothing. Well, it's your mate's wife. You can't be looking at your mate's wife scantily clad in a provocative pose.
I'd see yours every time you unlock your screen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
Maybe that's causing me offence.
Does it?
No. that's nearly an hour. Are you going to still? Is it a target for an hour for this lunch video?
We've never done an hour, I don't think.
No, I suppose anyone will. There we go.
But we have now. Right, let's go and have a cigarette. Well, it's me going to have a cigarette.
I'll watch you have the cigarette.
And the rain has just eased off.
Who's that guy? There's a guy just stood there. I don't know him.
Oh, there really is a guy just stood there. I think he's the guy who was with that Vauxhall Corsa.
Doubt it. No, it's not. He was an old man.
Oh. No, the other one.
I didn't see anything.
Well, should we go and investigate?
No, leave him here.
Oh, well, he's got into a van and he's driven off.
Oh, as long as it says.
Oh, no, he's not. He's following behind. He's walking behind the van. Oh, do you want to do a stats off?
Yeah. What, for this?
Do we do it on this normally?
No.
Right. Yeah, we'll save my humiliation for a more private. Let's just have a quick look and see.
Your humiliation. Well, I would say that is the end of this Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch. Would you do also?
I would concur
Yes.
with that
sentiment.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us on this occasion, and maybe another one as well, on Mustard and Boaty
Do Lunch. Boom.
Go and have an egg butty.
I can't imagine anything worse than an egg butty.
Because your imagination's not very fruitful.